hormonal teenage girls are so wild.
That's unreal.
Welcome to the podcast. This is Not For Radio. I am your host, Duncan Hyde, and also Tegan Lilly is your host today too. Jay away. He will be back on Monday and seems to be healing quite well, all things considered.
I'm distracted by the song, yeah, sorry.
Tell me about it.
It's by Jason Derulo, and it's called Wiggle.
We played some Bruno Mars on the radio show. It was a bit where Bruno was singing exactly like Sting from The Police.
Yeah.
Sounded exactly the same.
He's
Bruno's
an impressive musician.
Yeah, he's got mad pipes.
Yeah, he's in a lot of trouble, actually.
Is he?
Yeah,
What's he done?
He owed a whole bunch of money to the casinos, so then he got roped into doing a Las Vegas residency until he paid it off.
What do you mean? Was he going there gambling and losing?
Again, a little bit of JST potentially, because this is just me trying to recall something that I read quite a long time ago, and it may also not be confirmed. It could just be rumours, but it was very much like Bruno Mars got in trouble for owing a bunch of money.
Oh, funny.
Yeah.
I did not catch that news. I guess it's not coming up in my algorithm.
No, it wouldn't be. It's
Checking my
not
inbox
something
of
that
Bruno news on a Monday morning. What's the weekly update on my mate Bruno? B. Mars.
He's still at his Vegas residency, paying it off.
Till 2040. So on the podcast today, we're going to go in depth into high school proms, or balls as we call them here in New Zealand. Wait until you hear fucking Lee's one's pretty out the gate too. Someone that got put off chicken by listening to this podcast. And now their partner's pretty fucked off because tofu's sort of on the menu again in their house. She's also not a fan of that, or sausages. So
Sausages.
yeah, we're copping it left, right, and centre on the podcast. Also, as well, we've got a good segment that'll put you off having kids. It's a bit of a funny one, eh? If you end up having kids that are hard work, but they make sex so much fun, you know? Like, make sex not fun, then there'll be no kids. But that's how kids come along. Like, I'll try that one more time. It's quite fun. Last time I had a bang. You know what I'm saying? They don't. You haven't got kids.
No, I don't.
Anyway, that's how they slip through the goalie. That's why you got to go and get. That's why you got to go and have the snip.
We've got a comedy bit from Mr. T's daughter.
Oh man, she's great too, eh?
Yeah.
And a mental asylum. Do we want to call it asylum? Probably not in 2025. A mental hospital. A patient there, arming herself to take on the guards. Super hectic. Enjoy the podcast.
Has Dunc mentioned he's from Christchurch? Yes.
No, but overdue. Yeah, I'm from Christchurch. Should I do my war story first?
Yeah.
Okay. Where are we? Here, and it's been one of those days. I had another day like yesterday, today. Just a lot on. Blue Cock, we did that yesterday. Great war story if you haven't listened to yesterday's one. This from Jay. Not our Jay, but another Jay. I worked at a hospital for about 8 years as a security guard. For context, the hospital has an emergency room, various other units, and 3 mental health wards for adults, kids, and criminals. This is going to be good. One afternoon, I'm sat in my office when my team lead on the radio calls me. He says they've got an incident going on at the emergency pickup, but the ER team can handle it. However, he needs me to run over to J unit on the 3rd floor to help the nurses. So I pack up my radio and keys, but at this time, none of our guards were issued vests. Further context, all calls were being attended to by 2 people. The reason for this is a co-worker of mine had gone into the criminal mental health ward. Wow. Got there first and went in without backup. He came out with a concussion from a Muay Thai champion and on a stretcher.
Oh my God.
Back to my story. I went to this call alone, confirmed with the nurses what they needed, and they said that this old lady refuses to go back and doesn't trust the nurses. So I sat with her a couple of minutes, asked her why she wouldn't go back, and she said her son was waiting for her. She was at the bottom of the stairs in a closed-off exit of the building. I finally managed to convince her that he would probably want to see her in her room. So she stood up, and I helped her back to her room. It was just me and her nurse left the room as she climbed into bed. However, as I would discover later, she had fucking hell, I'm battling. My brain's fried after today. However, as I would discover later, she had spotted the restraints we had planned to put on her to stop her from wandering. She did not like this. And before I could react to the nurse Before I could react, the nurse had been body slammed by this 94-year-old woman's pillow, and out of instinct, I grabbed her arms and pinned her. I looked up and asked why she did that, and the nurse pulls out a 7-inch coat hanger fashioned into a prison-style shiv. What? Needless to say, we tied her down, emptied her room, where we found 8 more coat hangers hidden in her jacket. All of them had been bent and folded into shivs.
What?
After that call, every security guard in the building had a cut and stab-proof vest. My ass got level 4 bulletproof plates. So if this woman rocked up with a bolt-action rifle, I'd be ready. What the fuck?
That's unreal.
So he got the Mac Daddy one. She was making shivs like they were going out of fashion. Who bit the nurse? So the nurse slammed her with a pillow.
The nurse slammed the granny.
Yes.
Because she discovered the shiv.
And just fucking bitched her.
Bitched her. That is some quick thinking. Holy shit.
I am
Holy shiv.
in no parts envious of anybody that works within our prison system, or in particular mental health, hospitals or anything like that.
Yeah.
I guess you become numb to it eventually if you do enough of it.
Well, when we had Rhonda on a few months ago, her book is just incredible. The amount of stuff that she had dealt with over her carear. You know?
She was in high security. She was all the real baddies, all the murderers and stuff, and whatever else. But I just go, that's none of them are getting paid enough to do that, and then they turn up and their life's in danger. It's not supposed to be in danger, but let's be honest, it's in danger.
It's in danger.
It's 100% in danger. And then they I don't know, they look after not the mental health people, but you're looking after shitbags, and there's a chance you might not come back healthy to your family.
Yep, 100%.
It's crazy how people end up in that. But some people also just absolutely love it too. And there would be, with everything, there's the good and the bad.
9 out of 10 housewives agree. Jay and Dunc are not for radio.
This is a great little war story when my different browser decides to actually load.
Oh, no, we're doing your war story straight away.
Is that what you want?
Nah.
Sorry.
I thought you were going to do the Michelle Adams.
No, well, let's do Michelle then. So this came through on Snipers a couple days ago. This is a comedy piece that Michelle Adams sent through. It's actually Mr. T's daughter has become a comedian. Her name is Erica Clark, and this is a bit of a clip where she talks about the early days of her childhood, basically, when Mr. T was in WWE with Hulk Hogan and Rowdy Roddy Piper.
My dad is Mr. T. Mohawk Gold chain. Most people think I'm lying when I say that, but I'm like, why would I pick him? Who the fuck is lying about Mr. T, right? And I grew up in the 80s and 90s, so either everyone believed me or no one believed me. There was no in between. I grew up in a very wealthy neighborhood, so everybody believed me there because they were like, why the fuck else is it like this here, right? When I was a kid, we lived on the south side of Chicago, and I get it. I'm a black girl at an all-black school, and I'm trying to explain to my friends that the reason why they've never seen my dad before is because he's doing WrestleMania with Hulk Hogan, right? Everybody was like, shut the fuck up, Erica, right? And those were the teachers, right? So I got this complex, and this is for real. My friends will tell you, or people I meet. If I'm on stage, I'll talk about my dad, but I never tell people who my dad is or stuff I've seen, because no one ever believes me, and they really don't. I will give you an example, because when I was in kindergarten, first grade, kids kind of ostracized me and wouldn't talk to me because I was little lion ass Erica, they didn't believe me. And so this one weekend, all right, I'm telling you guys this, don't tell anybody the story, but this one weekend, went to this WrestleMania event with my dad, and he was partners with Hulk Hogan, right? And my dad, it was the first time I was seeing wrestling live, right? So my dad's like, don't worry about it, it's fake. He's telling me, I have a sister who's 8 years older than me. He's like, oh, don't worry about it, it's all fake, whatever, blah, blah. And he's in this wrestling match with this guy named Rowdy Roddy Piper. Do you guys know who that is? Okay. And it's another dude or whatever, right? So my dad gets into the ring, and immediately Rowdy Roddy Piper flips my dad in a way, and he cracks my dad's ribs, right? So my dad has to go to the emergency room, right? So me and my sister are crying, whatever. They take my dad to the ER. They bring him back he comes back to the hotel room. He's all bandaged up. And Hulk Hogan's in our hotel room, and Hulk Hogan's doing lines of cocaine, right? And he still has the yellow shorts on, right? And And he's like, T, I'm going to fuck him up when I see. I swear to God, I'm going to fuck him up. And my dad's just like, oh, God, my ribs hurt so badly, right? And then there's a knock at the door, and it was Rowdy Roddy Piper, right? And he goes, hey, T, I'm real sorry about what happened. And Hulk Hogan's like, fuck that, and grabs Rowdy Roddy Piper and brings him into the hotel room, throws him against the wall, smashes the mirror. They're beating him. My dad's trying to break it up. Hulk Hogan's wife, Linda's there, and she's like, Terry, stop, right? And I'm like, wow, I didn't know that was his name, right? So, and my mom is trying to make my dad stop, and they're just beating, and all this stuff is flipped over and shit like that. Me and my sister are crying, and then we get on a plane. We come back to Chicago. I go to class. We're sitting in a sharing circle, and the teacher's like, what'd you do this weekend? And I was like, not a fucking thing. All right, I was Erica Clark. Thanks, Pop.
Oh, my God. I really like her delivery.
100%, and she also is so unique in her type of comedy where no other wrestlers' kids are in comedy. Like, her stories are genuinely, like, one of a kind. You can't beat that.
I just had Lee talking to me. Oh, we can't play it. He wanted to put the Hulk music in there, and then our episode would get pulled.
Yeah.
That's what it done. That's what it does now, unfortunately. We all know the real American. The Hulk Hogan thing is like, when you look back to the heyday of WWE, they were doing like 200 shows a year. There's only 365 days in a year. Like, they were doing basically like night after night after night, and then the odd, like, their time off was traveling in planes. And then they've got to, like, obviously, they've still got to go to the gym. They've still got to have time to eat all that food to become that massive. And then they've got to turn up and, like, keep going and going and going. No wonder he's doing cocaine.
Literally.
You think he would, like, he probably would be better to do cocaine for breakfast, you know, get you through the day and then you'll still be able to sleep. But he's doing cocaine at the end of the day. He's going to find wrestling the night after that a little bit tough, I reckon. But yeah, rest in peace, the big man. Funny how she's like, that's a really good comedy bit, but it's not even, it's just a real life story. That's like comedy because she would have been living such an outrageous life.
Literally.
So cool. Nice work. Who found that? Michelle.
Michelle sent it through
Yeah.
onto Snipers, and I was like, that is great. We will use that. Thank you, Michelle.
Thanks, mate.
Be part of the podcast and join us on the Sniper's Nightmare Facebook page.
Look, that happened to Michelle. She was just part of the podcast. Holy shit, we're true to our word. And look at the next person, Sarah. Sarah sent me this. I've been sitting on this one for ages, and I think we'll call it birth control.
Okay.
This piece here, because it might make you not want to have kids, but it's also very, very funny as well.
Okay.
So welcome
excited.
to birth control. This is from Sarah Pinketh, who sent it through to us off the I Am 30AF Instagram account.
Great account name.
My 4-year-old has recently taken up cursing. Yesterday, he referred to bedtime as a fucking crisis.
Oh my God. Whoa.
In context swearing. The best. This from Dan and Dadapotamus. My 3-year-old walked into our living room with company over and started belting out her favorite song using my wife's vibrator as her microphone. This is the single greatest moment of my life, says Dan. This from Brian Welch. Audrey, 6 years old. Daddy, did you know that after Michael left my school, he came back and people now call him David? Me. Does he look and sound totally different too? Audrey, yes. Me. That is not the same kid, honey. Audrey, long pause. Maybe. This is from Grant Tanaka. My son referred to me as the six dwarves because I'm everything except happy.
Oof.
And honestly, I'm not even mad. That was amazing. This from Danny Net. I don't know what just happened, but I was at the animal shelter before work and a toddler walked in and pointed at me and said, I want that one. And his mum just looked at me and said, you can't have that. That's a grown man. That's from Vision Board, Bored. I was out with my sons and the youngest started crying because he wanted a box of tampons, thinking it was candy. My middle son yelled, those aren't candy, they're tampons for Mummy's wiener. My oldest screamed, Mummy doesn't have a wiener, she has a vagina. Wear a condom. This one here from Eric Hulse. My daughter made $110 on her lemonade stand today in like an hour. Turned out people were handing her $5 and $10 notes, and she was just assertively saying thank you for the tip and not offering change.
That's awesome.
What an operator.
Wow.
This one from Call Me Shane, because it's not her name. I volunteer at my kid's school, and a kindergarten kid told me my mum used to have 2 butts. Now she has just 1. I didn't know how to be like, tell me more about your mum's butt without getting kicked off campus. It still haunts me to this day that I don't have any more details.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I'm
idea
stumped
what's going
as
on
well.
That's from Apollo's boyfriend. Children are so fucking funny, man. I just overheard a kid go, I just learned a new way to pinch. You want to see it? It hurts a lot more. Followed by a loud, notably pained scream. Laura Marie, we are 10 minutes from the closest exit, and the 4-year-old just announced that it feels like there's a storm in my pants. Pray for us. Obviously driving.
No, that's never good.
No idea. This is from the No Idea Daddy blog. I told my 7-year-old that I'm 38, and she started crying. When I asked why, she goes, I'm just so sad because old people die. So now I'm both touched because she loves me so much and depressed because she obviously thinks I have the life expectancy. My life expectancy is that of a 17th century colonial farmer. One more here. That's from little bit. My 7-year-old, Mum, were you alive in the 1000s? Me, what? 7-year-old, the 1000s. Me, drawing realization. Yes, I was born in 1000s in the 1980s. 7-year-old, whoa. It's in the 2000s, obviously.
That makes sense. It's the time
and the 1000s.
Knowledge to them seems very bigger than what it actually is, eh?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, very funny. 124,000 likes on that one. Good post. I am 30 AF. Follow. Just give them a follow, guys. Oh, our Not For Radio page did. Good. Maybe we'll tag them in for stealing their content.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, that's always a nice thing to do, eh?
Yeah.
We're good at doing that.
We are. We try.
This is Josh from the sweaty ass crack of Texas. You're listening to the Jay and Dunc Not For Radio podcast.
Let's get a short ad break here, guys.
Struggling to lose that baby weight? Try Daycare. Since my son started Daycare, I've had norovirus 5 times. It's been traumatic, but hey, I lost 10 pounds. Thanks, Daycare. My son's Daycare gave me hand, foot, and mouth disease. I couldn't eat for a week. Thanks, Daycare. The cough I got from my daughter's daycare was so severe, I vomited in my car. Scratch that off the calorie counter. Thanks, Daycare. But how does it work? Daycare takes children with virgin immune systems and puts them on the ground, where germs live. There, children put everything in their mouths and then go home and sneeze in their parents' eyes. It's that simple. My kids don't even really get that sick anymore. Luckily, daycare is so expensive, I can't afford to eat every day. Thanks, Daycare. You really have thought of everything. Daycare is great for everyone, even Dad.
My wife's never looked better. It's just a shame she won't let me touch her anymore because she's so tired.
Daycare is not responsible for illness, vomiting, sudden rash, or fights with your spouse that result in divorce. 100% no. No!
Thanks, Daycare.
So call Daycare. 1-800-35...
Oh. Ew, it
Daycare.
sounds chunky.
Oh my gosh, you hit it in the floor.
Oh my god, that's unreal.
That is so well done. Anybody, like, it's so crazy how shit kids' immune systems are. And it was even gnarly, like, everyone that took their kids out of daycares and schools for COVID. Fuck, and just the general populace just got annihilated once we started hanging out again, eh? But that's what it's like when you, like, for any toddler that goes into a daycare, they've only, for the most part, been in their home environment, and you fucking whack them in there, and there's 30 petri discs that are dragging shit from everywhere, all their siblings who then go to school with another 400 bloody kids or whatever, and you get absolutely flogged in the first 4 years with sickness. Like, my mate was like, oh, bro, I've just basically started, like, taking Fridays off because I know my kids are going to be sick one day a week, and I'll just shuffle that, like, whatever the day that is around. So he's basically, like, reduced his salary by 20% just to be able to deal with the sick kids.
That's crazy.
You won't need to worry about that. Still not having kids, mate?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Nah.
That might change, though.
I would be
So you just
honoured.
don't like the idea of giving birth?
Nah. Well, raising them's
It's
really touch
fucking
and go as
barbaric.
well, to be honest.
Like,
but
I know they've got a C-section, but a C-section goes through 7 layers of skin, tissue, muscle, whatever, and then they fish you up with shit that looks like fishing line, like 30-pound fishing line. There's got to be a better way of extracting a baby from a human body.
friends of mine moved to Australia a couple years ago, and they are in Queensland, and there is an amazing foster care system over there where basically, like, my mate her job is to be a mother to this kid who just couldn't live with his family for, their reasons. And hearing her talk to me about how amazing that process has been for them and how much it's made them better people because they want to become parents to their own kids one day. But this whole system, without obviously giving away anything confidentially about our mates and the kid that they're looking after, they can't be the person in the wrong. So there is a person assigned to their kid in their case. And if the kid asks for something and they know, oh no, we can't give you that, or that's, we don't want to do that, they go, oh, we have to ask this person. And so they get that person on the phone. They're on call basically all the time. There's like a real good support group who meet up every week and they do courses on how to be great parents for kids who've been through trauma or who have like health conditions, and they all support each other. And she's now got this big network of other parents who are doing the same thing as her, have become her mates.
Sick.
And they weren't doing it for the money or anything. Like they just wanted to have experience on raising a child. And
Not many people would do that.
No.
Not many people dive in and be like, oops, I'm a shit parent.
100%, but the more that they've spoken to me about what they've learned and all the support that they get, I'm like, oh my gosh, like that would be so cool if anyone who wanted to could just have that opportunity to just have a really good support network on how to deal with kids, because now when their kids, when they do have them grow up, they're going to have such a great knowledge base on how to deal with bullying and how to, teach your kid how to interact with other kids, because a lot of these foster kids, it's not perfect, obviously.
Oh, no.
And it was just incredible. We went out for dinner with them and the kid was there, and just watching them interact with other parents. There was a big playground at where we went. And yeah, it was really inspiring. I was like, I reckon I could totally foster parent.
Dixie would love to have lots of kids in our house. I'm not saying I wouldn't. I'm just saying ours is still quite young, but like at some point, I reckon that may end up happening for us. Or she might get a fix, like she wants to pass on her wisdom to the kids that and normally apparently when you're coaching sports teams, you can spot the ones that need it and don't have it at home, and they're more receptive to it. Like and like put them under her wing or whatever, and then help guide them. She had that when she was younger. She had obviously really good parents and stuff, but she remembers seeing one netball coach in particular. She was like the mum to many. Dixie would love that, to like just be feeling like she's helping lots of people's lives.
Yeah, 100%.
By the way, if you're new to the podcast, Dixie's my wife. There's a lot of new people tuning in at the moment. I think we doubled our podcast listeners last month.
We're not
right?
Just under.
Well,
just under.
Just ludicrous.
It's just crazy. We're very grateful. So thank you. If you are new to the podcast and you've jumped on board, it's crazy. We've never had numbers like it, and this is our 4th year of Not For Radio, although we kind of had that hiatus year, so technically it's only our 3rd year.
Bloody sticky contracts, eh? It was like, we'll just stop doing it then, eh? How about them apples?
If we did it now, it would be different.
Oh, man, there'd be an uprising.
The CEO of our company mentioned us in a company-wide email today. That's never happened before.
I know, this is going to sound really awesome for me. Haven't opened my emails today, guys. It's such a Jay thing to say. I always, I'm always, I've got all the folders and shit. Like, I've always filed everything. Today's been too busy. Haven't even got to it.
It's just been crazy. And also first week of the Rock 2000, it's always just very busy for us and just getting back into a different way of working. Like, we're still busy, but obviously we're not prepping for a bunch of shows every afternoon traditionally for the other 11 months of the year. And so even though we know, and it's kind of muscle memory of how the Rock 2000 works, the first week is always like, oh my God, that's right. We've got a lot to prep.
Yeah. Like I think Westy leads to and also for those that have tuned in for the first time today, the Rock 2000 countdown. We work on a radio station as well called The Rock. We do the 2,000 biggest rock songs as voted by our listeners. And that's on at the moment, like Teague said, it's week number 1. And we are real heavy on clips. We want to bring the countdown to life with having all the different musicians and artists and friends of them talk on air and stuff. And Westy Lee was saying on like Thursday, what were you at? Like 60?
70.
Yeah, so we had 70. I'd grabbed 70 clips.
Pieces of audio.
2000 countdown yesterday. And if I just go here, let me just have a quick squiz. Yeah, so I've grabbed 88 clips in total this week.
And that's for 2 hours of radio every day. So that's for 10 hours of radio. That's how many clips we've needed.
Oh, we don't fuck around, eh? We
We don't
make sure
fuck
this
around.
thing is the best.
And I'm pretty sure that week 3 and 4, we move from having 2 hours of the countdown in the show to having 3. So that's going to skyrocket.
Yeah.
It'll be wicked to see how many there are at the end.
That's what we've done in the past. Obviously, we don't know that far in advance, just at this moment in time, of how many songs we're going to need to get away and dry. But yeah, you're right, Lee. It's probably likely we'll be going up until 6 p.m.
That's the commitment, though. When we're going to do something, we do it properly, and that's why the thing rates its ass off, and people love it. We've got a big thing out there looking through the window of how many people are listening online at the moment. So obviously, heaps of people listening on Rover and stuff too. You guys are just starting to get up as we're recording this. Very naughty today because have I mentioned I'm under the pump? We're recording this during the radio show. Crazy. Yeah. But that's just the way fucking cookie crumbles to get this bad boy out sometimes.
Yep.
Hey, had a message here from Maggie that I wanted to share with you. Dear Jay and Dunc, I hope you get this as I'm writing to you to say how annoyed I am with you. Uh-oh. My reason is this. My partner, we'll call him Phil because that's his name.
That's his name.
Will no longer eat chicken thanks to you guys. What do we do?
Oh, you'll hear about it.
Phil has a strange thing about meat anyway, and I might as well become vegan with what is left of the meat market that we're allowed to eat in this house. He has always had a thing about eating meat with a body part name. Oh, funny. Let me explain it. It's called lamb, not leg of lamb, or shoulder of lamb. And you can't forget steak and kidney pies, ribs, liver, bacon, etc. You're starting to get my drift. So here he is, sat on, there on the sofa, and he says he's not so keen on chicken for a while. And I asked him to explain, and he is reluctant to begin with, but with some persuasion, he finally admits. He heard on your podcast about a person finding a cyst in his chicken and is now not keen on chicken, in case he might also find a cyst. I try to explain that this was very unlikely, probably 1 in a billion, in all probability, he'll probably be okay. But no, we're not allowed to have chicken for a while in this house. Thanks, guys. I do not like tofu. Unfortunately, I had not heard of said podcast, nor I found it, so I could have a good giggle. From the UK. Note from Teagues. This is from episode 500. Oh, yes.
Yes, this is the 500 episode special, and we read out a couple of fresh war stories.
Oh, well, you can go back and have a listen to it then. You can find out why he doesn't want to eat chicken. If you like chicken, don't go and listen to it.
Yeah, and honestly, Phil, if you're listening, not one person has messaged us off the back of that episode and said that they've also found a cyst. So, if anything, chicken will be okay.
Said, oh, the same thing happened to me. So I logged into Snapchat for the first time in ages today.
Oh, do you know what happened?
What?
Or maybe you do know what happened. I was meant to tell you. So Max in the office, while I was doing some prep for today's show, he goes, "Oh, Teagues, you need to see this." I was like, "What is it, Max? I'm very busy." And he was like, "Oh, look." And I think it was Murray had sent a Snapchat on your account.
Oh, yeah.
I said to Max, well, I don't even have Dunc on Snapchat. Why are you getting Snapchats?
How did he get Snapchat? I don't even have his number.
Well, I don't know. He reckons that he might have, you guys just might have added each other one night at
I literally don't use it. This is the first time I logged in ages. We're doing the funny faces.
Well, it might be added to your story. I don't know if it was sent directly to Max or on your story. Yeah. I thought that was quite funny.
Yeah, so that's why I was bringing it up, because there's a, hang on a little bit. Hey, here we go.
Oh, KFC filter.
There's a KFC filter. That makes chicken fun again.
So why did you sign in today for no reason?
Oh, no, sometimes the kids like to do all the funny, face filters.
Yeah, nice.
And I was like, they've got fucking so good. Like, look at that one there. You just turn into a cartoon
That is quite
instantly.
cool.
And I'm like, I should be filming this, so I'll put it up. But, yeah, I don't know how it's that fucking good at it. And you can look like a Viking and shit. Like, the kids just absolutely love it. They really, really do. So if you're, like, after a little time killer for, oh, yeah, this one's my favorite. This is a fucking creepy old man. Have a go at this one, Teagues.
Ooh, I hate it. It looks like it's trying to be Pennywise.
Yeah.
Are you getting a phone call right now?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Just, let's...
What is going on?
I don't even know how to... Let's say after you do that.
Oh, my God.
I got 4 text messages and 5 missed phone calls that I haven't got to.
Jesus.
Hey, I'm popular, eh?
It's Friday.
Yeah, it's Friday. Fucking Waz are playing tonight, and I know I haven't been drinking. I think I've had, I want to say 4 standard drinks in 3 weeks, which is not many for me at all.
Well done. How are you feeling? No different?
Nah, not really.
Yeah, when I do my 4 weeks off, I don't actually feel much of a difference. It's more just to challenge myself.
I get out of bed in the morning when I haven't drunk. Like, let's say it's Thursday night and you're getting towards the end of the week and we used to have a fucking bottle of wine at home or whatever, and maybe I'd have a couple of beers after or whatever. And then you wake up on Friday and you're like, oh, God. Today's going to be a little bit hard. And then it's normally just sweet, after a while once you're up. But when I've been waking up without drinking, I've been really just as tired. And you wake up and you're kind of like, man, I'm glad I'm not drinking, but I actually don't feel that much different. Last time I did it, I think it was almost 3 months, which is dumb.
It's a big. Why is it dumb? I think it's good.
Oh.
Is it just because you got real dusty when you came back?
No. No. Well, it's just stupid. When you try and ban it completely, like you're going, like, there's something nice about sitting down and having a beer and watching a sports game.
Yeah.
And when you're going like, oh, no, I'm not drinking, it's like, you're taking a little bit of fun out of it. It's like, there's not a bad thing if you have one.
Yeah.
So I went cold turkey, the whole time or whatever. And then so and that's big for me. I'd never done that before. And then I was like, I was really expecting to feel mentally a little bit sharper, And then I was like reading a few blogs about other absolute losers that had done it as well. And then I was like, oh, man, I just really thought that mental clarity was going to kick into gear and I'd be firing on all cylinders. And the first 3 blogs I read, it was like mental clarity and cognitive function kicks in after 3 months.
Oh, no.
Completely undid it.
Oh.
I should have gone for the 4-month and I might have been operating like I was on fucking Limitless or something. Funny, eh?
That is quite funny.
Yeah, so it's a long haul. Anyway, so the Wires are on tonight, and I'm definitely going to have a beer watching the game.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, and we hope they get up. They are playing away anyway. But that's our team. You can search them up. New Zealand Warriors. They're a rugby league side for the international listeners. You want to do a war story?
Yes, I would love to.
Okay, here we go.
Snipers, reload. Another war story incoming. Eyes on target, scopes dialed in. Let's see who hits the mark.
This one is from Ree in Milton Keynes, Buckinghamshire, England.
I've been there.
Have you?
The Milton Keynes Bowl.
Is that how you say it?
I went and watched the Foo Fighters there side of stage.
Whoa.
It was fucking sick. I saw Simon Pegg. Who else did I see? Saw Roger Taylor from Queen. He flew Alice Cooper in a helicopter.
How did you get side of stage?
Through the record label here, and we were going to be there anyway, and then we're like, oh yeah, it's sweet, we're keen to head along. They're like, oh, we got your tickets. Oh, we've actually got you to the backstage area, which all the fucking mega celebs were. It was fucking bizarre. And then who else did he bring out? It was Alice Cooper and someone else. It's someone else equally as huge.
Wow.
I was like, this is the most fucking. What's this boy from Lincoln, New Zealand, doing on a fucking convertible bloody red double-decker bus? Side of stage watching the Foo Fighters, and they had a bar out the back called Ye Old Foo Fighter Arms that they'd specially built for just 2 fucking nights.
Wow.
All the staff had merch. You could order as much piss and food as you want. They had pool tables. They had a red phone box where you could call anywhere in the world for free. They had the two tour buses set up. One was full of lollies for the kids and the other was full of gaming machines. So
wow.
all of like Dave Grohl's kids and shit were in there and stuff. It was fucking wild. Unlimited pizzas. Yes, some fucking bellying radio announcers from Australia wearing pajamas.
Oh.
They tried to bully. They had a real crack at me, trying to bully me to get Roger Taylor from Queen to go and chat to them for their interview. And I was like, "What are you doing, bro? We work at a radio station as well. If we're going to do it. We'll like get him for our own show."
Yeah, why
but
would
I was
we
like,
help
"You are more than welcome to go up there and ask him in your pajamas if you want."
Yeah.
I won't say his name. He's probably a really nice guy, but yeah, it was bizarre. Yeah, it was a great night.
Oh my God, what year was that?
2010 or 11.
That's not even that long ago, really.
Nah.
15 years ago.
It was it's 2 hours out of London, so it's a bit of a mission to get out there. But fuck, it was so cool. I absolutely sent it.
The category for Ree's yarn is youthful defiance. So basically, I wanted to share the story with someone, and you guys are the best people to deliver it. And so it goes. I was 16 years old. I'd just finished secondary school, also known as high school, and I'd asked my mum in advance if I could have a prom after party. She'd said no due to the fact that she was going on a holiday to Dubai, which also meant that she was not there to send me off for my only prom date, which is a once-in-a-lifetime thing. So safe to say, I was pissed with her. I'm her firstborn daughter, and of all things, like normal parents, you'd think she'd be there to plan shit and whatnot with me. This is a one-time thing. It's a milestone. Anywho, The guy who was a close friend with my mum, extremely gay, lovely bloke, who he was cursed with the task of looking after me and my sister and the house while my mum was in Dubai. However, after she'd left, I looked at him dead in the eye and I said, Dan, I'm having a fucking after party. To which he looked at me and said, no, you're not. And I, keeping deadlock eye contact, said to him, fucking watch me.
Oh my gosh.
That's ballsy. Long story short, it started off as a small gathering in an estate just over from where we lived. It then turned out to be a Project X-style shindig where every person I'd known or briefly known had arrived, originally starting with about 10 people and ending up as I can't even count how many, and 2 blokes that turned out to supposedly be fugitives from Norfolk were also present that I assumed to just be friends of Dan's. And so therefore, assuming it was them, they ended up robbing most of the jewelry from my mum's bedroom. The trampoline was broken in half from nearly all of my friends jumping out of the second-story floor, which was my bedroom window, onto the trampoline, which then split the trampoline in half.
This is fucking hectic.
I believe it was said by my mum that $1,000's worth of damage was done that night, not including all the shit that was stolen. The police were called, robberies were reported. My mum had to come back home very early from her Dubai holiday, and all I had to say when my mum and serious, furious parents approached me about it was, well, what's happened has happened. I can't do anything. What are we going to do now?
That's what she said.
That's what she said.
Holy fuck. Hormonal teenage girls are so wild.
That's unreal.
Like, just had Lee's nodding his head going, oh, you know it. That is some outrageous behaviour.
Ultimately, I took any punishment that was handed to me on the fucking chin, and to this day, I don't regret a single thing, because I've never done anything like it since, and what a party it was. I had people who attended 3, 4+ years later asking me when the next one was. Call me a dick, but it was worth the memory to have on my deathbed, which I'm surprised didn't come the morning my mum arrived home early from her holiday.
Fuck, that is so good.
Wow. That's crazy.
That is proper fucking elite level fucking high school party. She would have had like a huge status after that.
And you know what? Would it have been different if she'd been granted permission to do her own after prom? Maybe.
Do you know what? I turned up to our after party, which is back out of the country. We're here in towns.
Your prom, like your ball, we call them balls in New Zealand, our school ball instead of a prom. And it's not really the same thing. Like if you're listening and you're from America, it's not really like that big of a deal. Well, to some people it might be, but we don't go, it's not like the big promposals that you see on TikTok and stuff. Like it's maybe some schools, but very unlikely.
You still get dressed up.
You get dressed up, and sometimes your parents get a fancy car to take you, but it's not like...
We got a party bus so we could pass all the way. Remember, was it Screwballs, the bus in Canterbury? It was around forever. We got there and then just thumped piss on the way in, and then got... I think someone had hidden like booze in like the pot plants or something that was from the organising thing. So we got booze into like one of the big hotels in town, in whatever room we were having it there. And then I shit you not, we turned up to the after party and we were like, I wonder if this chick's actually going to be having an after party, or everyone said she's having it at her house. Because the chick was like not someone that you'd expect to be throwing an after party, but it was her final year and maybe this is like a fuck it, I don't have to be, you know, the I don't know, the nerd anymore or whatever. She was just cutting loose for one final night sort of thing. And as we turned up in an overloaded fucking Mitsubishi L200 green van. And then we pulled up, and the first person I see at the party was a dude walking out with a fucking TV.
What?
And I was like, well, this is going to be loose.
Oh, shit.
Someone just grabbed the TV and walked out, and it was fucking loose. It was hectic. I think we ended up leaving. We're like, oh, this is getting out of hand. Because there was a big someone started a bonfire on their really nice manicured lawn. And that's when there's issues, because people just start shot putting shit into the bonfire, and you're like, fuck, that's someone's parents, you know, that's grim. Kids can be such assholes. Lee, what's the best one you went to?
So I've been to a couple of after match functions from a school ball. One was held at a local gang pad of a very well-known gang pad in West Auckland.
Did you pay a fee?
We did, yeah. So the after ball tickets were $25. Of course, real hush-hush, because we were all underage. And so you'd pay it to the organisers of the ball committee or someone at school, and then you'd get your ticket, and then you'd get the location of where it was on the night via a text message. And so I got this address sent through to me, and I was like, I know where that is. Like, this is a fucking gang pad. And I said to my wife, I was like, are we going? And she's like, well, is this a wind-up? And I was like, I don't think so. We rocked up. It was the best party that I think I ever attended in high school.
Wow.
Really?
And then it was like when the Rolling Stones got the fucking Hells Angels to security guard their concert without all the violence. Wasn't the Hells Angels, by the way. And then another one we went to ended up being a super... Bro, this poor dude called Alvin that I went to school with. So the after ball got found out by the teachers and had the kibosh put on it. Like, police were at this venue, so everyone showed up and there was nowhere to go. And one of our friends, Alvin, was having a small get together with his crew, and someone texted and was like, hey bro, the after ball's been cancelled, can we come over? And he texted back and said, yeah, absolutely, not knowing that this person was in a group of about 200 other people. So the entire after ball went back to his tiny little house, and we made the news.
You made the news?
Yeah, on Waikumiti Hill in West Auckland. If you're from the area, you'll know it well. But because the organisers had promised everyone beer and taken people's money, everyone was real shitty and pissed off that they didn't have a party to go to. And the one that they did, like, we were literally, it was down a long driveway. You'd walk down the driveway and it was just full of people trying to get into this tiny property. So the organisers of the after ball were walking around with 24 boxes of beer, handing them out to people and being like, here's your beer, here's your beer, here's your beer. And everyone's like, what the fuck is going on here? I paid for a party in kegs and, you know, Jello shots and all this shit. But man, after balls were wild. And then everyone showed up on Monday, just dusty as. A couple of people got arrested, paddy wagon showed up, riot squad, marched us down the hill. It was glorious.
Oh man, that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about.
My school didn't do any of this shit.
What was your high school?
Burnside.
Oh, yeah.
I do have some real vague memory that there was
My mum
someone.
went to Burnside High.
Yeah, heaps of people went to Burnside. The amount of people I meet these days are like, oh yeah, I went there. And I'm like, oh cool.
Lee said in my ear that he thought you went to Hogwarts.
Oh, excuse me. Excuse me.
Oh my gosh.
I remember that there was a company that organised it, but something bad happened in the year of our ball, and I remember they addressed it in assembly, and they were like, but I don't remember what it was. Part of me wants to say there was some death at a different school thing, but that could just be like a bunch of rumours and me over-exaggerating unintentionally. I don't know.
It was called JST, and
yeah. I just don't remember.
The death of a child.
It's my 10-year high school anniversary next year.
Are you going?
Well, they're trying to organise a date. We'll see.
Don't you? Because now you got Facebook. You can just be like, oh yeah, that's what they're up to or whatever. Like,
I know what like heaps of people are up to.
It used to be back in the day you'd turn up and it'd legit just be a surprise. Be like, holy shit, you got 84 kids. How did that happen? I'll tell you how it happened. And then, you know, you get stuck in having yarns with everyone. But now you kind of know.
Yeah, I know. But it's a good excuse to go home and visit everyone, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. We'll see. Depends on how much it costs, really.
I don't want to talk you out of it. But I just know the people that, you know, that I care about, I'm still friends with.
Oh, 100%. But isn't it nice to be like, oh my gosh, hello, what the heck are you doing?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe part of me is keen to go because, like, I'm real proud of my job.
Yeah.
You know, like to be able to be like, oh yeah, you know, I made it in radio. Like that's quite cool. Whereas I think if I was doing something else or like not where I wanted to be, I'd probably would be like, oh, I don't want to go and brag about something I'm not like super stoked about. Whereas I'm like, nah, if I go and like people ask what I'm doing, I'm like, fuck yeah, this is what I do for work. What are you up to, bro?
I always feel real sorry for Dixie when she gets asked because her background is accountancy, but she doesn't really do that. She's like a business partner, finance analyst. Like
she's a boss bitch.
Yeah, does heaps of modelling. I don't know. I don't really understand. Well, I know what she does, but I don't know what it's called. But it's not fucking counting beans. Put it that way. But she just defaults to that because it's just like people understand it. She goes accountant, and people go, ooh. Nah, got no accountancy banter. Anyway, that's cool. Dunc, how's your job going? Still good, mate?
Yeah.
They just move on, eh? But Dixie, probably, to be honest, doesn't want to fucking talk about working weekends anyway.
That's true.
Hey, that'll do. We're going to hook back into the radio show. It's been awesome. And once again, thank you if you are new to the podcast. Welcome to Not For Radio. It's awesome having you part of this this team that is cranking out some pretty crook shit. And Jay will be back Monday, like we said at the start of the episode. Have a great weekend. Go well, go long, and up the wise.